lịch sử rất là nhiệt nặng, thúc đẩy phát triển lương thịnh, vươn tầm cường quốc, khiến cho bạn ta phải để.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, it is quite an atmosphere here in the Mexican capital. That is what greets us whenever the nation's most decorated club is playing here. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, I've always been impressed with how this guy, Szoboszlai, has been able to combine physicality and the finesse he can also add to his game, Peter. He makes good use of his strength when receiving the ball in tight areas, and he has that trickery and athleticism to beat people, and a spring in his step, always a spring.
He would... And a chance! Barella. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Tonali. Oh, they could break here. And it's Szoboszlai. It's a loose ball. Oh, what has happened here? Mbappe was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Rodrigo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Good take, and is he in? Isaac! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Club America with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, what a climb! Decent enough try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
De Bruyne. De Bruyne purring through the gears. Backward it goes. Shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's tidy. And the shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Oh, just skips past his man. De Ligt defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Oh, that's a key interception. Rodri. Rodri carries the ball down the right. Looking for the run. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, super ball. And here's Mbappe. Look at the space here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Great vision. He's goes for a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Tonali. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! He's in a great position here. De Bruyne. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Now it's Isak. Oh, can he finish?
Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required. The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Just eases him off the ball. Tries to pass it through. He's shifting through the gears here. That is lovely. And it's Bellingham. Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Mbappe. Thinks about the shot. That's good play. Big chance! You've got to be quick to recover this. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Vinicius Junior. Oh, this is a very good run. Oh, what a pass! He's having a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's a sharp little ball here. Vinicius Junior. Can he get it through? And here's Mbappe. Now, can they get him away? You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
We're still waiting for a goal to report here.
La cantidad de espectadores de este partido fue
Well
de
seen, saw that coming.
80.607.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Tonali, closing in. Tries a shot! Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Vietnam have taken the lead.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Pass is just off target. Koundé. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Upamecano.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Nicely weighted ball. Chance for a shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Cambio en el América. Número 9.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Se está realizando un cambio.
Now it's Bellingham. And it's made its way to him. Very nicely done. He's found a way through. And the shots! Oh, he's been caught napping. And this is Ronaldo. Tonali. There's the shot! And that would have won it.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Perisic with the clearance.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Haaland. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Vietnam ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Haaland. Barella receives it in a good position here. Rodri.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
That's a shade optimistic. Vietnam close now to seeing this one through to the end. De Bruyne. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Now it's Tonali. Musiala, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Perisic. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Vietnam have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Tonali taking... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, it is quite an atmosphere here in the Mexican capital. That is what greets us whenever the nation's most decorated club is playing here. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And here's Vinicius Junior. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Stefan de Vrij. He's a very clever central defender whose positioning and reading of the game are second to none. The way he seems to just know where a pass is headed and he steps in to make the interception, it's very impressive. He's very good on the ball too, Peter, and always looking to contribute towards the build-up play.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Shot a goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Calafiori. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That's gone loose. Szoboszlai. Can he get on the end of this? Now, who's going to be first to this? Over to the left.
Haaland really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little soon.
Mbappe! Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although...
Shot, surely! There it is! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Haaland. Maguire did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Mbappe. He is just caressing. There's the shot! De Bruyne.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Looking for options for movement. Tonali. Bellingham. Bellingham cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Tchouaméni. De Bruyne defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. And here's Mbappe. Chance! Brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
He just absolutely speared that in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Vietnam grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Tchouaméni to Barella. And here's Vinicius Junior. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Rodrigo.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
it's Tonali. And it's made its way to him. And he shoots! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And the first half is done. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1.
Cambio en el América. Número 9. Entrará al campo. Número 11.
Vietnam get the second half going. Rodrigo. Now that looks a decent ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Vietnam choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
And it's Tonali. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Rodri. Barella. Van der Ven kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Mbappe. Tonali. There he goes, motoring forward. Nice control. That's a risky ball, you've got to... And the finish! Koundé plays it all the way forward. De Bruyne. Chouameni. De Ligt. And it's Barella. Vinicius Junior, he does have an assist to his name. And he's forced to go back. Bellingham. And here's the chance to counter. Driving forward, and here's Bellingham. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for the run, and he's in on goal. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Club America can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Se está realizando un cambio.
De Ligt gets his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
He's shaped going for goal! Fantastic save, Ter Stegen! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Tonali with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Tonali.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Ter Stegen. Vietnam do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri making good progress on the right-hand side. Rodri. Bellingham, and he's worked it through. Vinicius Junior. And it's Barella. Now it's Haaland. And this is De Bruyne.
Club America really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Haaland, great, real chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He won't be happy with that one. Looking to play him in. This looks promising. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
De Bruyne plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. De Ligt has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
He'd been asking for that, Peter, and it puts him under much more pressure now.
And he's been shifted off it. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mbappe. Now, can they get him away?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe gets flagged offside.
Cambio en el América. Número 23.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Drives. Bullish header! Yes, he's done it! And that may just do it! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And his hot shot! They've done it! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find the winner now, there's no question.
Decent chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. It's a good ball out wide. So that's it. It is all over. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And it was all yellow. What a sight it is here at the famous Estadio Azteca. Anyone out there not in one of those famous Club America shirts would feel almost naked here. We have already started here. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Look at the space here, and he's in on goal. Rodrigo! They've switched it over to the other side.
Good switch, that.
Tries to play it through. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Jr., in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind and have a clean run at goal. He's a very tricky customer and getting better week by week.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Great vision. Haaland is onto this. De Bruyne. And here's Haaland. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Rodri. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. Nicely weighted ball, and he welcomes it in. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. De Bruyne charging forward, the ball at his feet. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And it's Bellingham. Bellingham cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Now it's Mbappe. Thinks about the shot. Goes for a shot! Goal! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
A 1-0 lead established.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
That's really well manoeuvred. That pass isn't the best. Maguire, pressing high and with purpose. In with the challenge. Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, easy pickings there. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. And here's Rodrigo. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Bellingham. And there's his chance to lead the counter.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And here's Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Haaland. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
De Bruyne unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Vietnam looking to pass their way through. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Shoots! Really well taken goal. And it's half-time here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Vietnam really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Vietnam go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Chouameni. And it's De Bruyne. And here's Haaland. No, again, there's no way through.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
De Bruyne. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well measured. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's being urged to shoot. Has a shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And it's De Bruyne. Vietnam, with this handy-looking 2-0 lead, they are looking comfortable. Szoboszlai. Oh, that's nice. Szoboszlai powering. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's... Oh, what has happened here? That's very neat. And this is De Bruyne. He is just caressing the ball. Chouameni. Oh, this is a very good run. De Bruyne. And De Bruyne! It's anyone's ball now. A header! No mistake! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Going for goal! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other kicks on.
Perisic. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's picked it up out wide. That's a good ball. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. De Bruyne. Bellingham. Bellingham takes control of it and he's on the move. Looking for options for movement. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Cambio en el América. Número 17. Lo reemplazará. Número 13. Se va a realizar un cambio.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, he's been his high shots! And he hits the net! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! So the lead now is 2.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward.
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. Vietnam have themselves a chance from the spot. noises just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. And the list of names suggests that what we have in front of us here, Jim, is a 3-5-2 formation.
It's a setup that's been enjoying quite a renaissance in recent times, and one that complements the counter-attack very nicely, with two strikers, two wing-backs, and potentially two runners from central midfield. You can understand its attraction.
And the shots! Oh, it's come off the upright. Over to the left. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. This might spell danger. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Harry Maguire is a real presence at the back, and also someone who can play the ball out of defence or certainly take the ball into midfield. That's a winning combination in the modern game. So many teams like to do that, and I think his stats on the ball, especially running and passing, have got him right up there now in terms of respect. And you also have to mention his durability. He practically plays every game.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Bullet can be a real threat inside the box. Now it's Eto'o. Opts for safety. Vietnam are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. He's had it taken off him. Bullet.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space. Face to face with the keeper. It's Eto'o! He's delivered all right! You don't keep those outs. He just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
True Bangkok United are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Bullet. Marquez. Oh, it's a great ball here. That's surely a foul. Free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Pirlo is behind this one. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Vietnam are looking to go forward now.
Vietnam really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Tonali. Aims beyond the defence. And the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short, and it's Eto'o. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Vietnam have a free kick. He'll fancy himself from here.
we could be looking at a game-changing moment.
He's gone direct. Oh, super goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Vietnam grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Good read, needed to be. Vinicius Junior. The most accurate pass. Now Van de Ven. Out for a throw. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's straight offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. Vinicius Junior. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Varane gets across to intercept that. Great vision. Rodrigo in with the challenge. And we hit half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
And a quick announcement for the benefit
Would you review the first half?
I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Passes short and sharp. Tonali.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that's not going to reach. Pull it. That's good running with the ball. And here's Eto'o. That's Pirlo. He's had a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Pirlo is offering a right smile there.
Rodri. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Pelé. Eto'o. Shoots! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Rodri, foot in. Vieira looking to penetrate opposition lines. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Upamecano did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pirlo. Vieira. Vinicius Junior. That's a little off target. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's on it, can he get away? Vinicius Junior! That is ended up in no man's land, and it's Bellingham. It's a pretty loose pass. Eto'o has found the net here, of course. Thuram. Thuram is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Tonali. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
And the pass is intercepted. And he was quick to react. Upamecano. Bellingham. And it's Tonali. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And it's Tonali. Vinicius Junior.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And this is Pele. Now it's Maldini. Pele. Pullet. Eto'o. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That has not gone well. Now it's Eto'o. Chance! Just 5 minutes left.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Tonali. Now it's Vinicius Junior. That is good strength. Vieira. Has a look and plays it forward. Lovely. Now then, can he get on the end of this? And that is masterful defending. And that will be it. So it does end all square.